Hello and welcome to another episode of Frightfully Forgotten Horror Movies. But before we get started, what are we drinking?
Today we're drinking Cannibal Farmhouse. It's a French farmhouse ale.
Too many of these, I'll take a chomp on it.
Start eating each other.
Ow!
Get drunk off this. We're all cannibalizing each other.
Today we're going to bring to you 2010's A Serbian Film. And this was a request by a very loyal viewer of ours, Gonzalo Valdez.
And if you would like us to review a movie of your choice, feel free to join us on Patreon. Just to give an extra shout out to Gonzalo, he's like one of our first, if not the first, Patreon member we've ever had, and he's still with us.
Yeah, he's sticking with us.
So cheers to you, buddy.
You bet.
A Serbian Film is just that. It's a Serbian film made by Serbian people, and it's directed by a person whose name I'm gonna struggle to pronounce.
We're gonna butcher these.
Serdan Spazojevic. He also directed a segment in the movie ABCs of Death, but besides that, in this film, he's barely done anything.
Right.
Which is very surprising.
Serjan Todorovic is in this, and he plays Milos.
Another game for Milos!
Come on, what are you doing?
Serbian Film starts off with this little guy, this little kid on the couch, probably a Saturday morning. He should be watching some Saturday morning cartoons. Instead, he's watching a porn flick.
Yeah. It's a hell of a way to start a Saturday morning.
Quite a hokey porn flick. This guy all comes up to this woman by a motorcycle.
Yeah. On the motorcycle?
Yeah. And his dad walks in, and you kind of make the connection, well, his dad's the guy in the movie.
Yeah.
And his dad like rushes over like, oh no. So you find out that our main character here, Milos,
Another game for Milos!
Another game for Milos!
is an ex-porn star. And he's still got a stash of movies, trophies, let's say.
Yeah.
You know, in the living room, and his kid got to him and put it in. His wife kind of walks in too, and she's like, not that mad about it.
Yeah.
She's like, don't leave that around for the kid. Get the impression that they're strapped for cash. He's basically pulling out of his wallet everything he's got left.
Right. And he has that stash in the DVDs too and everything. Like
the backup money.
Right, yeah. You don't do that unless you're strapped.
But he does get a call from like an ex-co-star of his. They meet up at this kind of like outdoor bar. She shows up like in full porn outfit.
Right.
Like,
yeah, the latex corset thing and all that.
yeah, with like a choker and all these chains. Like, porn stars dressed like that outside the movies, I guess.
Lights his smoke with that dick lighter. She's like got the accessories too.
No fire shoot out my dick is
Anyway, so she has a proposal for him. She knows this director, this big-time, new, up-and-coming porn director who's got a lot of money behind him, who's like into this new way of making films. It's different and it's groundbreaking. He wants Milos to be in one of his films because Milos is like this kind of legend in the industry. Brought his brother along to kind of like oversee this meeting. Basically says, yeah, this seems kosher, maybe you should go through with it if you need the money. We do find out that his brother's like a cop.
Yeah.
But maybe a bit of a dirty cop. Milos goes back home and kind of runs the idea by his wife of getting back into the industry for this one time. She says they need the money, so she's okay with it. The strange guy shows up in this car to pick up Milos to meet this director whose name is Vukmir. Takes him to this big-ass fucking crazy mansion. Pulls out the expensive whiskey. He basically sweet-talks Milos, saying, I'm doing something new and groundbreaking in the porn industry. But Milos wants to know what the movie's about and what he's going to be doing, and Vukmir won't tell him. And just basically gives him the contract to sign. Laying in bed with his wife, talking about it, and his wife asks, well, how much is he offering you? And he whispers in her ear. You can't hear what he says, but it's enough for her to say, yes, do it. He goes back to Vukmir, signs the contract, starts training for this new porn movie. And there's like a training montage.
He's all
jogging and like meditating naked. I guess because he needs to get his erection to the way it's supposed to be and stuff. As he's training, his brother Marco is like hanging out with his wife, macking on her a bit.
Yeah. And
he goes to the bathroom. He goes, excuse me. He goes to the bathroom and starts whacking off and everything.
Right.
Like, Milos has done his training. He's ready to start shooting. Bizarre car with this weird guy again. Comes to pick him up, drives him to this spot, gets out of the car and puts an earpiece in his ear. He starts getting directions.
Right.
And instantly people start filming. Now we're making the movie.
Yeah.
He's got no clue what he's going to be doing.
He goes in and he sees this little girl. The mother comes out and starts giving her shit. Didn't I tell you not to sit on the stairs? Starts slapping her around. And then this woman comes out from this room, leads Milos into this dark room with these TVs on the wall. She starts giving him a blowjob while these images of that same girl play on these two TVs. She ends up getting him off on that, right? And
another game for Milos!
Yeah. Goes home and he starts drinking though. It's like seemed like it was just a little bit too much for him, you know? His brother is like at home. He's getting a blowjob too from like some hooker or something like that. He's watching like home videos of his brother Milos, like some birthday party and
for their
shit.
kid.
Meanwhile, Milos, every time he goes back, the ante gets upped each time, right? Getting crazier and crazier. Milos is getting more and more turned off from this. Like, he's starting to recognize where this is headed. He tells him, he's like, that's it. I want out. I don't care. It doesn't matter anymore. I want out. And Vukmir kind of gets pretty upset, actually. Really wanted Milos for this movie. And he starts to tell him these weird stories of like these monks in Asia locked in the crate. And then he's like, I want you to see something. This is where the industry is headed. Proceeds to show him this birth. There's this baby that's born. And there's this guy that comes out from behind the camera, and he takes the baby and he starts
doing something to it.
Yeah, and we're not gonna quite give that away, but it's enough to completely turn Milos off as if he wasn't already. It's like it just sends him right over the top. Completely disgusted. He's all kind of puking in his mouth and everything and throwing up. Gets in the car and he starts driving. He starts to get all woozy and starts seeing like double vision and everything, and he stops at a red light and he kind of starts getting like horny. There's this woman that comes around the corner
with huge tits.
Yeah, she's pretty enticing, and comes up to the side of the car and he sort of passes out. He then wakes up in his own bed. He's all beat up and like all this blood splattered on his face, like caked on. He learns that it's like 3 days later, and also the house is deserted. No wife and no son. A car parked outside. The guy who was picking him up, it's his car, but it's empty. Proceeds to take that car, and he drives to Vukmir's house. Nobody's in the mansion either. It's completely deserted. He starts getting flashbacks as he starts entering each room of the mansion, right? And it's like it starts to hit him. Does get into this room that has all of the tapes. Takes all those tapes and he takes a camcorder and he drives off and gets into the woods and he puts the tapes in and he proceeds to start watching the 3 days that he lost. That's where we're gonna end the plot. So if you want to keep watching a Serbian film and find out what happens to Milos and the family and Vukmir,
be horrible to spoil the end for people who haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to go as far as, going way to the end of the movie.
Right.
But just to say some crazy shit happens.
It gets wild.
But why should you watch a Serbian film? Or why shouldn't you watch a Serbian film? It depends on your taste in movies, right? This movie is not for everybody. This is definitely an acquired taste.
It's not for everybody. It's certainly not for me, personally. Like, I liked the film, but would I watch it again? Probably not, but I definitely appreciated it, though.
Yeah. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was a fucking great film. It's a great film.
Yeah.
Great film. It does everything a great film should do.
Right.
Like everything that a good movie does, this movie does in spades. It just ups the ante and takes the extreme to the maximum when maybe it didn't have to. You know? So let's talk about all that shit right now.
We got to start off with the story, right?
Yeah. This guy who needs money and he basically gets enticed to do something he shouldn't do. But it's about Milos's journey that we see through his eyes. You're just as much in the dark as he is.
That's right. And how it unfolds, right?
Yeah, I love how you're never clued in to anything that's done behind Milos's back by Vukmir or anyone in his camp. You're basically living this movie with Milos.
It's all about the mystery and how it slowly unravels for the viewer as well. I like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's done really well.
Well, the pacing is amazing in this movie. The way it starts off here with, like, you know, little goofy, kid watching porn by accident, a little funny, but then it goes past the glass ceiling. It breaks through the glass ceiling by the end. It's the pacing and the structure, like the structure of the movie, I thought was genius. Like fucking genius. Like the whole thing of him finding the camera and reliving his blackout while watching it on video camera, I thought was just a brilliant little thing that I've never seen in a movie before.
It starts to wrap things up perfectly. It's like, oh shit, well, this is what the whole fucking thing has been about. Is like him basically being used and abused.
There's some brilliant stuff in this movie, but it is surpassed by the grossness of it.
The characters are fantastic. They're very colorful in this movie. They do a great job of making them deep without really having to explain a whole lot. It's the film industry that gives them that colorful background.
Yeah, they're all, you know, film people. They're all weird and goofy and eccentric. The characters are so fucking good because the actors are so good. So like Vukmir, just for example, like instantly off-putting. This guy is up to something.
Right, yeah.
But you don't know what it is.
And he's too perfect.
He's too perfect. And the way he conducts himself, I love it. It's like, this guy's fucked up.
He keeps complimenting Milos too on everything.
To the point where it's like,
it's kind of sick.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, dial it back.
Yeah.
It's like something's wrong here.
Yeah. Milos too, like the actor who plays him, so good. The way he plays it, like just without even saying anything, just the look on his face.
Yeah.
In his eyes.
Even the little side characters, Layla, it's almost like his past. Right? It's always his past that's kind of
coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back and always reminding him, because she's always like rubbing his leg and kind of wants a piece of him.
Yeah.
But he keeps brushing her off. He doesn't want to have anything to do with that. And so it's like he doesn't really want anything to do with the past, but that's his life.
Is the past.
And and it's like he needs to hang on to that to go forward, to get that money.
To get the money, yeah.
But he doesn't want it.
Which is a theme going forward, actually. The themes in this movie are fantastic. Just like you mentioned, the themes of, like, the past and holding on to the past, not letting go of the past. Just like Milos has all those DVDs right there for his son to grab anytime. Been out of the industry, but he still holds on to those. He's still holding on to that past, that glory. Doesn't want to get back in, but he feels like he has to get back in to be somebody. A lot of people are Milos, just not in the porn industry.
Right.
You were this person back then, I need to be it now. But no, you don't.
Yeah.
That's Milos's downfall.
He doesn't need that anymore. He has something different here. He has more of a future, but it just keeps clawing him back, right?
Reliving his past really is his undoing.
Like in the porn industry, it seems, we don't know from experience, but
what, you've never been in a porn film?
You've never been? There's an addiction there that always needs to be fed, and there's something that's speaking to addiction, right?
Yeah.
How it doesn't just destroy the person who's doing the drug or the act or whatever, but it destroys the people you love most. What's interesting about the brother aspect that I kind of noticed was that the brother covets Miloš's life. He wants that so bad, but it ends up ruining him as well. If you try to emulate that life, it's going to destroy you too.
Another theme in this is making kind of seemingly knee-jerk decisions out of despair, right? Because Miloš and his family need money, and he makes this decision purely on money. He knows that he shouldn't be doing this. You know, you can tell from his first meeting with Vukmir that this is wrong.
The fact that he's even drinking a lot before he even makes those deals shows that he's like
Numbing himself.
Yeah, he's not entirely okay with what he's been doing.
He's numbing himself to make the decision that he thinks he needs to make for his family. But making those decisions based purely on money is a horrible idea. An easy way out is not always the best way out.
Right,
you know?
Exactly. With his son, like in the beginning, how his son is so innocent and naive, and watching Miloš's videos, he doesn't get what he's seeing. And then with his wife always singing those nursery rhymes to him, the words of the nursery rhyme explains Miloš's position in life and almost where he's headed. An interesting dynamic between that. It's like the boy is the innocent onlooker from the outside looking in.
Miloš and the boy, they're both naive.
Yeah.
They're all naive.
Just in different ways. Right?
Everyone in this movie is very naive, you know? Very much in your face in this movie, but there's blatant commentary on signing contracts.
Yeah.
Without reading them and without asking questions. Another big theme in this movie, which you wouldn't even know unless you've read interviews with the director, is the commentary on actually the film industry.
Yeah.
And that was the major reason why he made this movie, was to make commentary on the European film industry at the time was basically all just schlocky comedies and dramas or hardcore porn.
Right.
That was like, you know, not part of the film industry, but it made money. It circulated, right? So he was inspired by these strange VHS tapes which would appear, he'd come across with this sick porn. And also the fact it's like, okay, well, this is circulating and all these comedies are being made, but I can't make a movie? I can't make something serious and good?
Right, something that he wants to make.
But all this shit is going around. This movie is his take on that.
An interesting thing with the comedy that you mentioned, right? Because this movie does have a lot of comedy in it. And it's extremely subtle. Done in a really good way where the comedy doesn't overshadow any of the themes that they're trying to get across, right?
The comedy does a great job of cutting the edge of the real gross shit, right? And even the way it's placed and the way that it's structured, where the comedy always comes in at a place where it's like, fuck, this is too much for me. Oh, okay, now there's a little bit of comedy to kind of just cut it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? As an example, you know, the ending is crazy. There's a crazy, sick shit that happens at the end. But then there's the reveal where you finally see Miloš naked and his dick's all like huge, like like this big nightstick, like huge thing. Or it's like
it's a weapon.
It kind of gets you laughing. You're like, oh, it just to cut that sickness just enough, right?
Yeah.
I like how it does that. It's actually really brilliant how it does that.
And then kind of we're not going to ruin it, but what he does with it is funny too, right? It's like, it's on the comical side, and it cuts that gross shit.
And the foreshadowing in this movie is great. Like you said, the nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. Pouring them all those drinks, like,
all the time,
and that leads to Miloš's downfall. I like to say it's very rude to spike someone's drink when they're not looking, just to take advantage of them.
Cheers to 1 million views on YouTube. We were the only one with a Sega Master System. You never played with me.
I would have lent it to you. All you need to do is ask. The music for this movie is fantastic. I really like it. It's weird. Just like the movie's weird. Like it complements the movie perfectly with its weirdness and its abstract.
With all of the crazy visuals in this movie, I really didn't I didn't really didn't hear any of the music, actually.
But if you didn't hear the music, you'll definitely hear the sound design.
Yeah.
Which is something else. Especially when Milos is watching those films and everything, and you hear the
Of all the
screams and crying and
it makes you feel uneasy, right?
Again, the sound design is perfect because it makes you feel the way you're supposed to feel.
It not only has a crazy ending, but it has there's a double twist ending to it. There's something that happens after the ending that's even crazier.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're left, like, as the viewer, you're like almost speechless. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, they actually went there too. Like, oh.
And it kind of solidifies a theory that you have watching the movie. Because when you're watching the movie, you're thinking, is Milos still part of the movie?
Right.
Is he still being filmed part of a grander scheme?
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of solidify that, you know?
Yeah, they do answer it.
With
right?
the end of the movie. It's like, yeah, Milos is part of a even grander scheme.
Very end, like the last, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he was a pawn in their game. He was used this whole time, you know?
It's a sick, sad movie, but I think that it's worth watching because it's just simply a good film.
Yeah.
It's not a movie you're gonna watch. Oh, let's throw on Serbian Film, you know, like, no, It's not that kind of movie, but it's the kind of movie you need to watch because it's a good film, number one, and it says a lot of things about society and film industry and the porn industry.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Which are big fucking industry.
It traps the people you love around you, too.
And it just gets worse.
Yeah.
You know, unless it's capped, it just gets crazier.
That's
just
right.
like these films that they're making get crazier.
Yeah, you always got to up the ante to make it, to satisfy the next urge. Right.
So that's it. That's our review on Serbian Film. Watch at your discretion, but we still advise that you watch it.
Yeah, at least once. And have a couple beers while you're watching it, too. I think it's going to help take the edge off.
Just don't have any rye that's spiked. And have someone playing your Sega Master System unbeknownst to you.
Yeah. Till next time, keep drinking.
What? What's this? Oh no!